Hello, witches.
Good evening, witches.
I don't know if I recorded that first one, but hello, witches.
Good evening.
Hi. We are so happy to be joining you and not me by myself an hour from now. Thank you for being with us tonight at this new time because Kat has a work thing and I just don't want to do this without her.
I don't want her to do it without me. I want to be here. I could have
know.
called in from St. Pete because I could have been there earlier today.
There's no way to make it a dual screen thing.
Oh yeah, no, we
can't.
couldn't do that. So I guess
So
whatever was
she's
happening
here.
today at the meeting, I just missed out, which is fine. It
Yeah.
wasn't a big deal.
Well,
and I got to be here tonight, and I'm so glad.
Well, I'm very happy about it because doing this together is always more fun.
Absolutely.
I think.
Yeah.
So tonight we are talking about the Leo full moon that's happening on Thursday. And I just want to tell you guys, my personal practice, take it or leave it, but I celebrate each lunar cycle, each lunar phase, not cycle, phase, for 3 days. So full moon for me is never just one day. So if you find yourself doing it the day before they say it's full moon or the day after they say it's full moon, I want you to know that that is also what I do because sometimes life happens and you make a plan and it doesn't go through, but you still want to do your thing. Don't let that stop you. If you can't make it on the actual day everybody says the full moon is, because technically full moon happens in the middle of the day in the afternoon. So
I think it's 12:59 p.m.
Yeah.
on the 25th of January is when the actual full moon happens.
Yeah,
So isn't that 12:59 p.m. the middle of the day?
Yes, yeah, it's the middle of the day, but the moon goes full. So it's wherever it's at that time, because the day does not start here. Technically, the date line starts, over by Japan. So I'm just letting you know that following specifics and getting really rigid, I don't think it serves anybody. I think you do what you can when you feel it and you don't stress about it too
I
much.
actually feel like that is something good to say about modern witchcraft.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be rigid in your beliefs and your practices and your timelines because the full moon is full. It might be it's gradually waning as we get past that January 5th at 12:59. It's the fullest.
January 5th?
Sorry, January 25th.
Okay.
At 12:59 p.m.
me.
Eastern time.
Yeah.
12:59 Eastern time, the moon will be full.
Yeah.
That's in the day, so we will definitely not see. We will not see.
We
it
won't even see it.
So
yeah.
as soon as the moon becomes full, it hits that point when it's completely full. It starts to starts to get smaller. So it's technically, yeah. Even though you can't see it. So I was telling Jamie. So I was. I was telling Jamie that I went out last night to let Tank out, my dog, and 1:00 at night, and it was bright, and I thought I needed my crystals out here. I got a full moon, even though it's not technically not completely full. So hopefully that helps you if you're a new witch to try to accept that you do not have to be rigid.
Yeah.
In your beliefs and your practices, or maybe your beliefs, but not your practices for sure.
Yeah.
I don't even know about your beliefs. They're flexible too.
Everything's flexible.
And
flexible. I just want to say hi to Linda and to Scottish Witch. I've been talking to her on the YouTube channel with so many compliments and comments, actually. We're so happy to have you here tonight with us. Selena. Hi, Selena.
Hello.
And Meadow Sage. Hello, Meadow Sage. I'm not sure I know you yet by that name. And Jacqueline. Hi, Jacqueline. Good to see you guys. Well, see you guys. Good that we're all here together. I love it. We have, specifically for Leo full moon or Leo even when it's the new moon, it is a show and tell, artistic, flair, dramatic. Do something wild and
notice the hair. So I
I
did not plan. I just want you to know, I did not think and plan this. I just did it. But as it so happens, this fits with the energy.
It does fit with the energy
of the Leo full moon energy of being out there, bold and not caring what people think and just being yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Your crazy, flamboyant self, as flamboyant as you want to be.
Which is also what the Aquarius season is about. I don't know if you guys know that. We haven't put anything out about the Aquarius season.
It is about that.
It is definitely about flying your freak flag in your own way and just being your unique self. And hopefully it's usually geared towards making the world a better place as well, like breaking down old systems and getting into new things. Leo, it can do that, but Leo does really focus on ourselves. So let your freak flag fly, create your art, do whatever it is that you want to do, but make sure that it's for yourself. And the way that I like to think about this is to do something that like warms your heart or fills your heart with joy, and that also feeds your soul. That's what the Leo full moon for me is. It's because you're supposed to be a little bit selfish, so it's okay. It's not like selfish, like hurting other people, but take time for yourself. Do the things that you really want to do. And the things that I have to show you today are truly just for me, and I didn't consider anybody else when I did them, which sounds like it would be a negative thing, right? But it's not.
It sounds very egotistical when you say it that way.
It does. But it doesn't have to be. We don't have to think about those things like that, because I'm not hurting other people doing it.
It's not at the expense of someone else.
Yeah. I can be selfish. That means that I center on myself, and I just ask myself, what do I need right now? What needs to be done? How can I better take care of myself? What's a habit? What's a habit?
Or a hobbit.
That's a habit that you can start that really like fulfills you. I have lots of quirky habits. I love to do puzzles. That's sort of my alone time. I get off and I get all into a puzzle and watch old movies, and that's just one of my things I do. And my husband totally leaves me alone. He's like, yeah, she's having her time. So, I get into things like that. Just sitting out in my garden and staring at the world, just observing things. If you sit in one place long enough, all of a sudden nature really starts showing off to you. You like stuff just starts coming out of the woodworks and you start seeing things. I told you I was standing in my yard the other day at night. I'm doing new gardening things, and I'm standing on the other side of my yard, just drinking. What was I drinking? I was either drinking a beer or a flavored water, but I'm just standing there like thinking and all the work I've done and all that. And I see a rabbit, and the rabbit's going through my yard, and it's like, that's so cute. Like, he's finding things to eat. Then all of a sudden, who comes creeping from around my house but a rather large bobcat. And I've seen them in my yard lots of times, but there's a feeling when it's sort of at night and you see them stalking something, like I felt a little afraid. They're not very big, they're 40 pounds, size of a medium dog maybe. But the rabbit knew that it was being stalked. So I froze up, and I almost wanted to like clap or something to scare him so that I didn't see a bunny get eaten. But that didn't happen. The bunny took off, and the bobcat wasn't even interested. But if I had not just been standing there observing, that bobcat would have, scurried on and hid from me, and I never would have saw it cross my yard. So it was a little scary or like an affront to my senses, but it was magical to watch him just kind of walk through our area. I loved it.
Well, I think that brings me to another point that I would like to point out about modern witchcraft. And that is one of the things that we can really do to connect with our practice and our spiritual side is we can become more observant, because there's a lot of that being observant in our world that we've gotten away from. I think anyway, I know I have. Like, I walk and I'm oblivious to what's going on unless I make it a point to start noticing things, to start looking around. Otherwise, I'm focused on where's the dog, where am I going, what am I listening to? I'm not paying attention. And just being observant and just starting to look around you and see all of the things that are going on in nature. Like Jamie said, things start coming to you.
It really does. We just
saw it
was there, but then all of a sudden you put on special glasses and now you can see everything.
Yeah. So modern practice, modern witch practice, try to be more observant in all the things that you do, especially when you're out anywhere. Your house may be a different story, but even in your yard, you just don't know what kind of creatures you're going to see, bugs you're going to see, birds, four-footed animals, some little pitter-patter paws. I mean, we have a lot of crazy wildlife here in Florida.
I wouldn't say crazy. Hold on. They all belong in their places, and humans have moved into it. So,
well,
I have 13 acres behind my house that's not developed, and that's why I have bobcats around, and I love it. I get to see them with their kits sometimes. Just recently we saw, I almost said werewolves. Geez, my brain. Coyotes. For the first time ever. I've lived in Florida for 15 years, and I've never seen coyotes in the city. Oh my gosh,
I saw coyotes walking one morning at like 5 o'clock in the morning at dark.
Yeah.
And walking my dog. And I'm in a neighborhood. I'm in a suburb. And I'm walking
we're in the cities,
we're in the country. We're in the city. And I saw two coyotes, and they were on the prowl. They were coming up. They came up alongside of a car. And when I saw them, I could really only make out their shadow, but I knew what they were
Mhm.
immediately because they were both exactly the same size.
Yeah.
And the way that they were sort of like, the way that they weren't dogs, they were coyotes. I was like, oh,
They had that wild streak.
they had that wild thing where they were
Wild
like
walk.
creeping along. They were looking for their prey. So yeah.
Smelling. Well, moving on from that part of this is about hobbies and stuff. I think that's where we got off on. And then observing, being observant. Yeah. Sit and observe. Even during the full moon, there are a lot of, depending on where you're at, of course, but there are a lot of night pollinators. And I've just gotten into planting flowers specifically for night pollinators, certain moths and things. Also one of my hobbies or hobbits.
Jamie's making her yard into a, what is it? A Florida certified
pollinator garden
Florida
space.
Certified pollinator space or something like that.
Something like that.
So
it's
like she's like intentionally planting all of these different types of native Florida plants that provide space for
pollinators. A lot of pollinators and stuff. Yeah. So the native bees, butterflies, moths, even some of the not native ones, like honeybees are not native, but they like flowers too. So, all right, moving along, I do want to tell you guys something that I wrote today that I think is really cute. And if you can envision it, awesome. If you can't, I'm uploading something to Instagram that has a little picture on it with a little, like, what do you call it? Like not a glyph, but a little picture of
an animated
it's
image.
Sort of animated.
It's kind of animated.
So when the moon is full, this is for all full moons, but I just want to get you guys thinking about like what is happening above us, like in the greater areas around us. We get to see the full moon because on one side, the sun is over here, the earth is in the middle, and then the moon is on the opposite side of us. So the earth is actually directly in between the sun and the moon. And I think of this as we're getting a hug from like our celestial father and our celestial mother, even though we have Mother Earth, go figure, we have female and female, of course, but it's hugging, we're in the embrace of these two. And so if you don't remember anything else about the full moon, remember that it's lined up in that way to where we're being embraced by the two celestial things that sort of affect us the most, for sure.
Affect us the most.
That's the best way to say it.
Yeah.
So a little bit about Leo, in case you guys aren't familiar. We're going to keep it really simple as far as the strengths and weaknesses of Leo, so that during this time, if you see these traits come out in yourself or other people, just know that this is sort of an effect of the energy going on right now. But the Leo strengths are the confidence part. That's why we want you to get out and be creative, like finding the confidence in yourself to show off your gifts. Being generous. So Leos are like lions in the way that they have the pride of family and being generous with them is a big trait. And then kind of being, I want to say enthusiastic, but also dramatic, maybe like drama in a good way, drama in a good flair. So enthusiastic, getting very excited, getting pumped, supporting people, rooting for your teams. Those are three really good traits for thinking about the Leo energy right now. So anything that you can do that associates with those energies of getting enthusiastic about something, being generous,
confidence, right? This is like
the confidence builder thing.
Yeah. So I was telling Jamie that I'm going to this meeting and my coworkers. So I work remote from Kansas City. And so it's been like 4.5 years since I've been out of the office. So a lot of new people have come to the company since then. So I don't see them anymore. So tomorrow I'm going to go see all of these people that I've never met before. And I was really feeling a little intimidated because the last time I saw them, I might've been like 15 pounds lighter. And so I'm like feeling like not very confident, but I feel now after like the energy of the moon is coming into my whole purview and vibe and everything, I'm feeling a lot better about like, it's like
how you're going to go forward with yourself.
How I'm going to present myself as this confident, approachable, likable person that half of them have never met before. They know my name, but they don't know me. So I feel like I'm absorbing what's going on in the sky into what I need right now to go and be in front of 100 people that know my name, but don't know me, that I've never met. And, believe it or not, I'm actually kind of like shy and reserved.
Why do we think that about ourselves, and then we get on here and we're able to talk to everybody like like we've known you forever? I don't know. It's weird. I used to say I was shy too. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm shy.
Well, I stand back and so I'm Scorpio. So my nature is to sort of like stay back and observe people and like feel, I need to feel comfortable before and some people can walk into a room and they're like,
that's Leo's.
That's not me. That is not me. I never do that. I'm the person that walks into the rooms like, where's the drink? And then I'm like checking people out and I'm finding I'm feeling.
Scan the room.
Exactly. That's me. So, so this is the season if you're needing some confidence. So this is the energy of the
project, to do something, to get out there, to sign up on a dating site, to sequester a new city that you've never been to start a garden, to do whatever it is that you want. Good energy for that right now, and to celebrate it, to know that even if it doesn't go as planned, you got an experience out of it. You learned something. Always look at it like that. The opportunities that we get are experiences that we have and we can share with other people, and it makes us all that more interesting.
Well, and the other thing about that is even if you don't share your experience with other people, if you reflect on those experiences, you will find that you can sort of hash out, like, what am I learning from this?
Yes.
What lessons can I take away? How, if you don't particularly appreciate the way that maybe you presented yourself or did something in a particular situation, when you reflect back on that, you can be like, okay, I know what I can do better next time.
Yeah.
I had a recent situation with that and I was like, all right, I really don't like the way that I handled that. Next time I'll handle it differently.
Yeah.
So there's part of it is the reflecting side and the growth that you get from just kind of having these experiences. Yeah, maybe they're not the best and maybe they didn't go exactly as planned. But if you take a step back and be like, and just think about them, like, okay, what did I learn from this? What can I take away from this that's good and use next time? And how do I improve upon it?
What's really wonderful about what Kat's saying is that goes in line with what the moon is doing. So we get to this big thing where get ourselves out there, we get into big situations. And then as the moon wanes and we're trying to release things or let stuff go right during that waning phase, that's reflecting over how everything went maybe for the last 2 weeks and going, all right, what could I do better? What did I, that reflection period, and then to go into new moon and say, I have new intention on how I will handle a situation. So that same way that she's talking about building the confidence, getting out there, and then it didn't go as well, and what can I release and let go of and be different next time? That's literally like from the waxing, building, all the way to the full, doing the thing, letting go. That's the waning to new moon, set a new intention to do it different. And this is your modern witch. This is your modern witch cycle. That's the cycle.
And I think the part that I want to stress, because I know me, like I tend to ruminate on things for a while and sort of like beat myself up, even though I really try hard not to. But sometimes I can't help it. I'm like, God damn it. I just, so the important part, I think, is something that I want to point out of that is to be able to reflect and then let go of those things. So you're not carrying that weight around with you. It's like,
or that judgment. Don't carry that judgment around of yourself. Just decide you're going to do it differently and be like, all right, I learned something.
The journey is all about growth. So it's like experience, learn, grow, experience, learn, grow, experience, learn, grow. Yeah. That's it. It's over and over again, just like life.
I love that. Just like life. Wait, that's what we're doing. We're living life here, aren't we?
We are. Okay.
Drink. Cheers. All right.
I see a lot of comments and we will look at, I'm dying to read the comments.
Well, everybody's saying hello and I love you all. Oh my gosh. Hello.
There's so many people here. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Gosh. So if you might tell us if there's anything in particular that you want to know in the comments about this full moon energy, if there's anything that you would like us to talk. Otherwise, we're going to keep going with what we were going to talk about.
Until you tell us what you want to talk about, we're going to talk about what we are going to talk about. I love that. So because of the Leo full moon, right? Or if you're in Leo season, or just whenever you feel like it, truly. But a lot of the things that I decide are based on, all right, what's the energy of right now? Is this a let go? Is this a gain? Is this a build? Like always refining the things that make me really happy or make me feel like myself. I think I hid myself for a long time from a lot of people, and now I don't have to anywhere ever because I'm all over the internet saying it. There's no point. I dedicate during either a season or a holiday, I buy myself one thing that I really wanted that seems like a spend. But if I have it around, like it makes me feel more like me, how you decorate your house, the things that you wear, the crystals that you might have, how you give to yourself for your hobbies, your art, your craft, whatever it is really important because you're dedicating the money that you've earned into something that truly benefits you as the person that you're becoming on your journey. One of the things that I got that I love, and I don't bring it out all the time because I don't want to overwhelm my husband. Like I slowly introduce all kinds of witchcraft stuff all over our house. That's just a little more,
it's not overtly, it's not overtly witchy.
But this little hand towel is super flashy. For me, this is my kind of witchcraft right here, you guys. And I bought these hand towels. There were only 2 and they were like $16. I said, that's absurd. I can get towels cheaper somewhere else, but you can't get the pattern. And I was like, okay, so from this
Can you hold that up again? Because I'm not sure everybody got to see it.
Yes.
I just love the pattern. So,
I love the pattern
with
so
the
much.
Mushrooms and the
moons,
like the butterflies. I mean, is that
it's so me? Yeah.
Is that like the witchiest thing ever?
It's so pretty. I love it. So
I just love it.
I make an Amazon list. These are from Amazon. I make an Amazon list for myself for things that's like, okay, when something comes up, I look through the list and I see, does this belong with this holiday? Does this belong with the thing? And then I slowly make purchases towards stuff because I don't think that witchcraft is about the stuff that we buy. But I do think that our life can be, I don't know, glittered with all the things that we find appealing. And we walk into our houses and we're like, oh my
God. Like a little bit of magic.
I love it
all
here.
These little things are like a little bit of magic that makes you feel more magical when you touch it, see it,
when you
look at it, smell
your
it.
Environment is everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we keep crystals in our environment and candles. And so your environment in which you keep yourself in should make you feel really happy. So during the fall and into, Samhain and all of that, these go into my guest bathroom. And then I get to see them all the time because for some reason, that's the bathroom I use all the time because it's by the front door and it's just a half bath. I don't know. So I get to see them and use them during certain times of the year in public. And then I have them in my office in the meantime, just so I can see them. But I love them. This is one thing that you can do for yourself. This is flying your freak flag, right? Like this is one way to do it. Buy yourself something that really speaks to who you are as a witch, as a person with a practice, whatever it is. It could be anything. But mine is a silly hand towel.
So mine right now, so I'll share mine with you. It's like, I buy these like $20 candles that smell beautiful and then I don't want to use them because I don't want them to go away. Well, I'm burning the candles now. I'm like, and then the smell is, oh my God, it's intoxicating. The smell of these candles is intoxicating. Well, so burn the candles and then buy some more. And because I know I'm like, gosh, yeah, well, yeah. Get them on clearance or whatever. Get them when you have money.
Yeah. But put a little bit away for yourself. Like junk drawers or change jars that used to hold
a $20 candle to me seems expensive, but they're really not, especially if they smell up your whole house with this wonderful fragrance that just makes you really feel good.
Or you can do something crazy if you want a hobby. You can make your own candles. It's super simple. I only spent one day making candles and I made so many of them and didn't know what to do with them. So I didn't make any more. And I still have a whole block of wax that I could make more. I just haven't. But the oils that go in them, you can make them as strong or as soft as you really want. And this is a prosperity candle that I made probably 4 years ago, and I've burnt it several times. All the stuff that I got was from regular craft stores. I don't think I bought anything online, honestly, because I didn't want to buy in bulk because I didn't know how many times I would do this. But candles are super easy. So this is a crafty thing that can be witchy, that you can add your own stuff to it. But I promise you, it's not hard. My biggest investment was buying this jar that could be reused. And I bought 12 of them off Amazon. And of course I wanted a black lid.
Well, and so one of our witches that's with us tonight, she makes candles.
Hey,
she makes candles with using cinnamon sticks.
Oh no!
And
no.
then
Wait, no.
Are you going to show
I'm
us?
going to show it.
Oh my gosh!
Listen,
she made the cutest. So this is like something that's so. This brings out your witchy creative side when you do something like this, and you spend time like sitting and making this.
Yes,
you really are embracing your. I know it's wonderful. You're really embracing the side of you that is that,
This is creative stuff and witchcraft and gifts and whatever it is for you.
Thanks, Selena.
Thank you, Selena. You didn't know we were doing this tonight. I almost warned her. I was like, no. But listen, as a gift, this was so beautiful and special. And now,
absolutely.
See, this is one of the things you're like, but I don't want to burn it.
No, I don't want to burn it.
But if I burn it, I just put another candle in it. So
it's very cute.
But this is something that can easily be done with stuff, right? Definitely buy cinnamon in bulk. Please do not buy it at regular grocery stores.
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody knows this. I've mentioned it before. Asian markets, they have way better prices on herbs in bigger bulk because they make a lot of their own spices. So you can buy things if you don't go to like Costco or what's the Walmart one?
Sam's.
If you don't go to those big stores, Asian stores sell herbs really at a much better price.
Like Star Anise is one of them. So that's something that goes into like mulled wines and other things.
Yes.
But Star Anise, and it's super expensive if you buy it somewhere.
If you buy like 5 of them, they're like $1 a piece.
Or you can go to an Asian store and get a whole little tub of them for like much less than that.
All right. I'm going to bring your attention to this weird piece of wood framed art. I think that it used to have, I don't know, really ugly flowers on it or something. I can't remember. I got this at Goodwill for $1, this little framed thing, right? It's just a canvas framed. And I just wanted to put some moons on it. And honestly, if you guys look at the artwork, this is not high level artwork. This is that is what that looks like. Which is
what the moon looks like.
Yeah. The moon looks like that.
There. I can hear it now.
Yes, that's the sound of the moon. But I wanted to try this. Sorry, did I get you?
No, you're fine.
Yeah, it's not like, this
That's super cute though.
And it hangs in my office on the wall because I have like a whole collage thing. But you can just go get something and try whatever it looks like. I mean, I don't even think I really tried to do any color patterns here. I was just like splotchy white, splotchy gray, splotch until it looked, and I was like, yeah, okay, it's fine. And a tip for people who paint and think that they're not good at it, paint your stuff, walk away from it for a while and come back and you'll like it more. I promise. There's something weird about that. I don't know why. You will though. You'll like it. You'll be like, oh, that actually looks really good. Hey, look at me. I'm an artiste. So this is the second to last thing that I'm going to show you. Again, I invest in crystals at certain times of the year or for certain holidays. And I just tell myself, I'm allotting myself $25 to spend on something. And this is one of my sun crystals. So because we're in this weird thing where it's a full moon energy in a sun sign, Leo actually represents the sun.
Leo's ruled by the sun.
It's its planet. It's its celestial person.
Yes.
So I bring out sunstones during that time, which is not so bad. I mean, it's just one of my practices, but something that I do for this time is to dedicate a monetary allotment towards something that will help in my practice, that will make me feel better, that I want to grow with, that I want to experiment with. And this one is yellow hematoid. Ask me if I know what it means. Nope, I don't remember.
I'd have to get out my crystal book for that.
It sits on my desk and I just love it. And that's it. It has all these bands that go through it, which is what I like about it. You really can't tell that well, can you? No, you can kind of see them there. But just the way that the crystal looked, I loved it. And I paid $14 for it. That's it. Yeah, I got this at an actual crystal shop, not on Amazon, like almost everything else. Okay, my last thing is more complicated. I would not say it's necessarily a new witch thing, but it is something that a new witch can absolutely do because it is just based on things that you like, that appeal to your eye, your sense of style. You can look up the meanings of everything, but I put together boxes for seasons or signs, and this little glass thing is, you guessed it, from Goodwill. And I just put moss in there. I have a big bag of dried moss that I bought years ago, and I use it for everything. I love moss so much. But I've collected just these items from nature, and as you can tell, they're gathered kind of in an orange thing now. These are cardinal feathers. You know,
Ooh,
lucky
those are
and
orange.
They're reddish orange.
They're
I got lucky
orange.
enough.
Well, they look like burnt orange. Those are pretty.
I know, right? Listen, a couple cardinals had a fight at my bird feeder, and one of them lost 4 feathers, and I took them. I was like, I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you for my gain. I have copper that's in here, so I got this at a.
So the color
store.
theme here is kind of the oranges.
It's the sun.
It's the sun.
Yeah.
So that's what the theme is here.
Yeah.
Is sun.
And then
colors
I just
and
put it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except what's the snake skin? He's not orange.
I don't move the snake skin very often because I don't ever want to.
They usually smell really bad, but I don't smell yours.
That's only because they poop when they're shedding sometimes.
That's a big ass snake.
The poop gets stuck in it.
I know. I have one. I have snake skin in a jar, and when I open the jar, I was like,
you gotta
reeks.
You gotta peel the poop off of it.
Okay, I don't know how to do that.
I have black racers in my yard, and so they shed like all the time. And when I find them, I feel so blessed. I'm like, oh my God, thank you for leaving me this. I feel like they're just.
So what
like,
do snake skins represent?
For me,
snake skins actually represent transformation because you're shedding your old skin and then having new, like young, fresh skin again.
Then I just have a bunch of citrine.
Which I wish I could do that.
And an orange. This is a
shell.
Yeah, but it's a little horse conch shell. So they're kind of rare, but it looks so washed out on here. It's a nice orange. But
it is a nice orange.
You can't tell. Look, it looks like yellow.
it is a nice, it's like sherbet. It's the color of sherbet.
The camera is lying to you guys right now. I'm just saying.
Maybe it looks better to you than it does to us while we're watching ourselves on.
All right. Then lastly, I have a piece of a monarch wing. I have tons and tons of monarchs in my yard.
You need to hold.
Oh gosh,
you can't see it.
And forward. So, they come to my yard, they lay their eggs or they mate, and then they die. And sometimes, spiders get them or ants get them, and they detach the wings and then leave them on the ground for me to find. I'm like, all right. So I have 4 of those wings, but I only put one.
She even has a paper butterfly in here
with a magnet.
Yeah, a paper butterfly. And what else? What's that thing over there?
This guy, I already showed him.
Oh.
It's a fungi.
A fungi. Okay.
The fungi.
So you get the point. Yeah. So she's created this little terrarium-like thing with just a bunch of
witchy shit for me.
Witchy things that she's attracted to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mostly that I find in my yard too.
Yeah, that she finds in her yard or on a walk or something in nature.
Actually,
most of it's coming from nature.
Yeah, like the
crystal store.
The crystal store, my yard. And the paper butterfly with the magnet is from Amazon. Yes. Damn it. I swear I don't have a thing.
So you could look for something. I love that.
I know. Well, most of the time it's in open dishes, like I do little ceramic bowls and stuff with things like that in there. But it gets dusty, and I have cats, and then their cat hair settles on it, and then trying to clean the cat hair out of the moss is frustrating. I just throw it away. So I've learned that I need things with a lid that closes because of the hair that gets up in my office.
Because cats shed.
They shed. Yeah. Listen, my brother has this awesome pillow. He has a boxer, and the pillow says, it's not dog hair, it's boxer glitter. So now I need to incorporate this in my life and get a pillow that says, it's not cat hair, it's kitten glitter. Okay. That's what's all over us all the time. Kitten glitter.
And I have dog glitter all over my pants, like my black pants, all the time.
All the time. I have to know that when I come over here and I play with Tank or I pet him, I'm going to go home with white glitter hairs all over me, stuck in. And they're like little needles. So you try to brush it off and it's just like, no, it's not. It's like little porcupine hairs.
Okay. Did we say everything we wanted to say about the Leo?
I did.
Okay.
Things to do. Remember, this is about creativity. This is,
it's also a very, this is also kind of like, connect with your child side.
Yeah, the inner child
thing is very, this is the part where you like get out the finger paints, and you just do like forget the judgments about your craft or your artwork or your
the lines. Don't worry about coloring the lines
or whatever. You know, you're drawing something, you're painting something, you're crafting or whatever.
Yep.
Let go of the judgment. Pretend that you're a child, and you're just like, look
creativity.
Look what I made. You can put it on the refrigerator.
That's right. If you guys want to post anything that you make, we will give you 5 gold stars, applauses, hearts and kisses.
Oh
we
my
will
God.
love everything.
We will talk about you all day long for a whole day.
We'll promote your stuff and be like, please buy this from a witch we know. Just kidding, if you want us to. But it's putting ourselves out there, and it does take us being vulnerable. So we want you to know that, again, you're in our safe space. So we're here to support you in all of your creative endeavors and whatever you want to try. I mean, and I'm so incredibly grateful that one of our witch sisters got creative and decided to give us a gift for Yule that smells amazing, gorgeous, and that now I get to show off to the whole internet. Selena didn't know that was going to happen. Love you. But okay, now I'm going to try to read back over some of the comments because we did ask you.
Yeah, we asked you if there's anything that you wanted to know about the full moon. So one of the things you can always do at the full moon is put out your crystals under the full moon, and no, it doesn't matter if there's cloud cover. It doesn't matter if they're on a windowsill. It doesn't matter if they're in your house and the light is shining through a window. That's okay, because that moon is powerful. So trust that your crystals, your tarot cards, what else?
Yourself. How about yourself? Sit under the full moon.
Oh gosh,
I put on the post to do karaoke with the full moon because maybe you don't feel comfortable singing in front of other people, but the moon's not going to judge you. You could go out there and sing your favorite song to the moon, and she'll just continue to shine down on you and be like, yeah, girl, spotlight, got you. You're in this. So I want to say hello to Nanika also. I'm going back through, and Jenny. Hi, Jenny. Oh my gosh, it feels like it's been so long. I love that Linda actually says that she set up a money bowl for abundance. And because there's so many connections, you guys, but we do try to do this for the newer witch. But you've got, Uranus is going direct. We just entered Aquarius season. We've got some stuff going on in the sky that makes everything's just sort of amplified all the way forward. And so her money bowl is going to last until Imbolc. So then we also have the holiday of like the midwinter and refreshing for ourselves, getting ready for the equinox that'll be happening in March. So there's all these things that just sort of line up with now it's time to get that fire underneath of you. Back when we were talking about New Year's and how everyone's like, why do these things fail?
New Year's not the time.
Yeah. So
New Year's Day, like January 1.
Now we're getting pumped up. Now things are shifting in the sky. Now the holidays are coming through. So
we're past all the craziness, and we're finally like the Christmas decorations are mostly put away for most people. Did you get your Christmas decorations put away? Your lights are still up. I saw that.
Listen, okay, first off, it's been rainy and windy, and I have to climb up on a 3-story building.
Okay, anyway, Christmas, like the holidays are behind us. We're getting our credit card bills paid off, all the wrapping paper and whatever is packed up for the next year. So now is the time to start thinking about what do we want to accomplish this year? And I think this energy around this energy of Leo with its confidence and its fire element, meaning action, the fire element is a action. That means action, do stuff. So,
all right. I want to give a shout out to Scottish Witch really quick about what you posted in the chat with your friend and needing to like block her from everything. Guess what Aquarius season statement is? Make a new path. Literally. So
I didn't see what did
the Aquarius
say?
Right here. The Aquarius season is made for that. So the fact that you're just finding out now, forge a new path, do a new thing, become something different, erase that part, whatever you've got to do to get over that. I'm sorry that happened. That really sucks. I've also had that happen with a friend that, was like the person I was friends with the longest ever because I move a lot. And she just was really, she was poison to the relationships around me.
Poison ivy.
She just, I don't know. It was
toxic.
Toxic. And I had to cut her out of everything. And then when I did, she retaliated with doing, some pretty awful stuff to my sister and my sister's best friend because she couldn't reach me. So I get that. Yeah. bring in your circle of safety, do the protection bubble around yourself every time you go out or when you think about it, and just keep that energy blocked from you as much as you can. I mean, you can't stop them doing what they do necessarily, but you can always try to protect yourself from how much it involves you. They're still going to be assholes. We can't do anything about it. I love this. Scottish Witch also says she's a double Leo and a Libra rising. Hey, Libra rising.
Ooh, really?
Or Virgo rising and Libra moon. So
Libra moon's here, Virgo rising.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scorpio, Pisces.
The orange candles. Yes, yes. So do you make your own boxes by color then or seasonal? Ooh, this is a great question, Linda. For these little boxes that I make, making them seasonally or by color, a little bit of both. Honestly, what I do over time is I transition things out and I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling that thing anymore. Like, ooh, I feel a refresh for especially Ostara, the spring equinox. One of my most favorite holidays. I mean, that is like flowers and colors and bunnies and butterflies. Like, it's just so gorgeous. It reminds me of Persephone, of course. So just the earth coming back alive. So I switch all this out for things that are in every shade of color. I pick my flowers in the yard and then I let them dry and I put them in here. So it looks like a crazy little mini dried garden. And yeah, I just switch it out over time. There's not a rule to that, actually. It's when I feel like it. And I'll admit I've left it for like 6 months and done nothing to it before.
Well, so I think that's a really good point to make is like, do what feels right to you. Because there isn't
works. Yeah.
There isn't a right or wrong answer to stuff like this. It's like, what are you drawn to at the moment that you sit down to paint or craft or whatever? Like, what is it that you're attracted to at that moment?
Yeah,
and that will change. Expect that to change. And that doesn't mean that what you did 3 months ago was wrong. It just means that it's a new period and it's you got
a new activation.
Yeah.
So
embrace that. Embrace the change.
I think what's really interesting is I have a curio cabinet with a lot of just stuff that I collect that's nature stuff, things in my yard. My yard provides so much. So this was probably collected 2 or 3 years ago, but this butterfly wing is literally from 3 days ago. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's so far away. And so there's the disparity between it. It's like I have these things on hand and then I just decide that there's a collection that I see all of a sudden. And especially when it comes to the sun, it's red and oranges for me. And that is why I did it. Just put it together like that for inspiration so that if I'm not feeling that season, if I'm not feeling that energy, this helps inspire me to feel it more. I guess that's probably what I use this box for. It's an inspiration box.
Yeah.
Of the things that I already own or that I've collected that go together. And I'm like, oh, well, that's a really cool little collection of stuff.
And when you look at it, it makes you happy.
It absolutely does. And I remember where I got each thing or the story behind them. So I'm like, oh, there's a whole little, like there's how many lives were affected in here. I mean, the fungus was one, the butterfly, the cardinal, the snake,
Yeah.
I mean, and then the crystals that
was
grew in
the
the
conch.
earth.
Was there something in the conch shell?
No, this is all rounded out. This one I just found, but it's rare. I mean,
but was there something in it?
Yeah, it's a horse conch.
So creatures lived in that. I mean, so something did live in it at one time.
There's just these little stories of life or their afterlife, I guess, that the stuff is being put to use that makes me feel more connected to the earth and in my practice. Because I'm more like a green witch, garden witch type person, like the plants, earth, animals, all of that is higher on my priority list than, I don't know, other stuff.
Anything else.
Yeah, anything else right now.
Maybe family. Maybe family's elevated above nature and gardens and stuff.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys, with that, I think we're going to get going. And remember, we did this early so that you guys have inspiration to do something for the full moon, around the full moon. Do it the day before, do it the day after, do it 3 days after. Just whenever you're feeling it. Do it
this weekend. Yeah, it's okay.
Do it whenever you feel it. And you're like, this is my action for celebrating the full moon. So I will tell you that I use honoring the new moon and then celebrating the full moon. And that's just the way that I separate them, because I think with honoring, I feel more solace or like quiet time, or it's the going in feeling with honor. Whereas with celebrating, it's like, get out there, do stuff, woo,
it's a party.
Everything. Yeah, party, get together, celebrate. Because that's the energy of the full moon versus the energy of the new moon. And so if you want to incorporate that, if that helps you, or choose a word for each one. Do you celebrate at the new moon? do you celebrate the full moon and honor or begin or something that helps you capture the energy of what that phase looks like, so that when you go to do it, you're like, oh yes, I'm in an honoring state right now. So it's like, whatever that looks like for you. So that is the last thing, I think.
Okay.
I could be on here another hour. You guys know I could.
No, we can't. We actually can't because I have to go.
So much. I know she has to go drive to St. Pete now.
I have
so
to
I
drive
have to let her go.
like an hour and 15 minutes from here.
Oh my gosh. All right.
So,
we love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here with us
tonight. We hope you got something out of this.
Yes.
If you do something,
share with us.
Please share. Yeah. We would love to hear from you. Yes. We'd love to hear what you do, or if we'd love to answer any questions that you have about this.
All right.
Or anything else.
Or anything and everything. We're here. All right.
Well, we're mostly new witch stuff, but we'll answer newish.
I'll answer anything. Even if I don't know.
We'll talk. Listen, right here, we'll talk about witchcraft all day, every day.
All day, every day. And in my sleep too. Yes. All right.
All right.
Love you, witches.
Love you. Bye,
See
witches.
You guys.